Highly Caffeinated Movies coming at you with another Tubi Tuesday, where we recommend 3 popular movies that are streaming for free on the Tubi TV app. Lewis, you want to start us off with your pick this week?
My pick for this week. My pick for this week.
Your peak for this week?
Leave that in. Leave it in.
Just a little peek.
Staying
I'm
in.
not going to watch the full movie, just a little peek.
Only give us half of the summary.
All right. My pick for this week is I Spit on Your Grave, 2010. It's a remake from a movie from the 70s about a woman who is goes on vacation to in the middle of nowhere, but the local people in the town are kind of messed up and they end up raping her, like 4 guys, I think. Raping her, and they thought they left her for dead, and she ends up getting her revenge, very brutally gets her revenge on them throughout the rest of the movie.
Forgive me, Father, for I will sin.
I've watched the original. I don't think I've ever sat through
I thought the original was a little bit better.
Remakes use better, right?
Definitely a niche for definitely a niche movie, but I somewhat enjoy the original, so I need to check the remake out. All right, cool. My pick for this week is going to be The Iceman, which it's directed by Ariel Vroman, and it stars Michael Shannon, Chris Evans, and James Franco. I think Chris Evans and James Franco have a somewhat supporting role in this, but it's actually about a real-life mob boss, Richard Kuklinski. He was a notorious contract killer, but was also a very family-oriented man, spent a lot of time with his family, and they had no idea what he was doing. He was basically just told them, I think he was like a salesman or something like that, but he was really performing hits for the mob and doing
Killed a lot of people.
Yes.
I'm good at what I do.
There's a lot of documentaries on Richard Kuklinski. He was basically nicknamed the Iceman. Michael Shannon does an excellent job of portraying him in this movie. Kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people, but very, very good, very good mob movie about this real life story. So I'd highly recommend.
That's on my list.
That. Yeah, it's good. List to watch or list
to watch.
Oh, yeah.
So so far recently you've been giving me more movies to watch. So thanks.
Yes.
All right, my suggestion this week is going to be American History X, which stars Edward Norton and the amazing Edward Furlong, whose career ended in the 90s.
That's not true. He was in the new Terminator.
Was he?
So his career had ended.
I think, I want to say he was.
Really? Okay.
Digitally.
All right. Well, the movie is about Edward Norton plays a former neo-Nazi, and Edward Furlong's his little brother, and he's basically trying to guide his little brother from going down the same path that he did through the whole Nazi thing.
Hey man, how you doing?
Too big to give me a hug?
Oh, it's good to see you. Check this out, man.
When'd you get that?
What?
Well, I came to talk about Danny. He's headed right where you are.
What's wrong with you?
But it's a very good movie.
Yes,
I loved it.
I enjoyed that one thoroughly back in the day.
I've seen it a couple of times. It's still real good. But that first time you watch it, it's amazing.
He was on Rogan's podcast, Edward Norton.
Oh, yeah. That was a good episode.
And that was good. So I recommend you checking that out as well, his podcast with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He talks a lot about this movie and other movies. And listening to the podcast, you get a really good idea of how he is kind of in real life.
Yeah. He
loves cinema, loves theater. He really enjoys acting. And he has so much revere and excitement for older movies and films and stuff like that. Great pick.
Yep.
Yeah. So our picks this week for Tubi Tuesday.
Oh, I Spit on Your Grave.
Mine was The Iceman.
And mine was American History X.
Awesome. So be sure to check all 3 of those out, streaming for free on Tubi TV. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment on the video. We also have a podcast that we do every week, Highly Caffeinated Movies, with normally hidden gems where we each pick a movie and discuss a lesser known kind of obscure film that we think kind of deserves a little bit more attention. So be sure to check that out on wherever you listen to your podcast. Social media.
Find us on Facebook, Highly Caffeinated Movies. We're also on Twitter at HC Movies Podcast.
So be sure to leave a comment or contact us if you'd like to recommend something for the show or have an idea for anything else, criticism or, anything else you'd like to share.
We're fine with all of it.
Yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and we'll see y'all next week.